You probably have no idea who this man is, but he represents a major first for Black Americans in the United States, as well as a really contentious time in the American South after the Civil War. So, again, this man is PBS Pinchback, and he was elected to be the first Black American governor in the United States. Well, elected isn't really the right word. He became the first Black American governor in the United States. So after the Civil War ended in the mid 1860s, Louisiana really struggled with Reconstruction, right? Although they began to elect some of their first Black officials into state offices, including PBS Pinchback into the state Senate, there was still a lot of warring between the Republicans and the Democrats in the state, right? And this is at the time when, the parties were a little bit swapped. So PBS Pinchback in the Senate rose to the top of the Senate, and he became the president pro tem. And ultimately, the man that was currently the lieutenant governor, also a Black man and was the first Black lieutenant governor in the United States, Oscar Dunn, passed away in office. So the way the Louisiana Constitution was written, PBS Pinchback was elevated to the role of lieutenant governor and became the second Black lieutenant governor in the United States. Now, fast forward a little more to 1872, and Louisiana had an insane gubernatorial race. Both the Democrat and the Republican claimed victory for it. Both of them had boards that certified the election for their favor, and it became really, really violent, mostly on behalf of those Southern Democrats who had just lost the Civil War. Again, different between Democrats and Republicans as today, but that's another video. So, what happened was Warmoth, the current governor, who was not part of that race, but the state didn't really like how Warmoth was handling the election. So they impeached him, which meant that PBS Pinchback, who was the lieutenant governor, got to be elevated to the role of governor for 34 days until that governor term ended. And he did the oath of office, and that's why he was sworn in and became our first Black governor in the United States. Now, some give the credit to Oscar Dunn, that man that we talked about earlier, who's the first Black lieutenant governor, because he technically did an acting governor role in Louisiana earlier in Warmoth's term, but it wasn't from impeachment. He wasn't officially sworn in, which is why most still give the credit to PBS Pinchback. Pinchback also, in those really contentious elections, was elected to the United States Senate, and it became a national issue because all those Senate and House seats were very much debated as well. But ultimately, he lost that because Democrats took over the U.S. Congress as well and wouldn't give him the seat. But they did give him a bit of a salary. So there you have it. PBS Pinchback represents the first Black governor, as well as, again, that really contentious time in elections in the South post